Okay, so we're going to do problem 1 and problem 2. So in problem 1, here we go. How many grams of ammonia can be produced from the reaction of 28 grams of nitrogen? So we have 28 grams, so 28 grams, and 25 grams of H2. So I'm going to pick either one. So I'm going to start with the 28 grams of nitrogen. I can pick either one. So 28 grams of N2. And I'm going to head over to my hydrogen because I need to see which one is limiting. So 28.02, that's the molar mass, grams of N2 to 1 mole of N2. And what I'm doing is I'm going to switch from N2 to H2. So 1 mole of N2 to 3 moles of H2. 1 mole of H2 to 2.02 grams of H2, and that's the molar mass of my hydrogen. Now, when I run this through, I'm going to cancel my moles and my moles, my moles and my grams and my grams. And I'm left with grams of H2, and that tells me that in order to react my 28 grams of nitrogen, I'm going to need 6.0 grams of H2. So the question is, do I have enough of that? And the answer is yes, I have more than enough because I was given 28 grams. So that means that the H2 is excess. So right here, I'm going to put excess, which means my N2 is limiting. So I'm going to write that right here immediately. That way I will remember that, okay? So the next thing is, I want to know how many grams of ammonia I'm actually going to be able to make. So I'm going to start with the limiting one. So I'm going to start with my 28 grams of nitrogen, and I'm going to head over to my ammonia. So 2802 grams of nitrogen, 1 mole of nitrogen. I don't worry about the hydrogen at all because I have way more than I need. So I'm not worried about that at all. 1 mole of nitrogen, right? And then 1 mole of nitrogen to 2 moles of ammonia. And then 1 mole of ammonia. And I find my molar mass. (17.04) grams of ammonia. Now, when I run this, I get 28 times 2 times 17.04 divided by 28.02 equals 34. So I get 34, 2 sig figs, grams of ammonia. And that's how many grams of ammonia I can make with excess hydrogen and 28 grams of nitrogen. So number 2 says how much of the excess in problem 1 is left over. Well, my excess reagent is hydrogen. I used 6 grams to match with my 28 grams of nitrogen, but I started with 25 grams. So I take my 25 grams of H2 minus my 6 grams that I used, and I'm left with 19 grams of H2. So when I do this, this is the amount I was given. This is the amount that I used. And this is the amount left over. Now, something that's going to be really helpful, just so you know, is when you get down here, way down here to these, what you may want to do is to find the molar masses of the silver nitrate ahead of time. Find the molar mass of the sodium phosphate ahead of time, and then find the molar mass of the silver phosphate ahead of time, because that'll be super helpful. Okay, so that is how you do these three problems, okay, these problems. The other video has examples, 2 other examples, okay?